Sali ka na, nasa paligid lamang ang iyong hinahanap. Huwag mag-alinlangan, huwag nang mangamba, ang puno ng buhay ay pag-asa. Magtanim ka lang ito, tiyak ikaw ang siyang panalo, walang matatalo, ito ang sigurado. Ang puno ng buhay ang ating pag-asa, halika na, magtanim at simula. Niyog-niyogan tayo para sa kinabukasan. Puko-puko ang buhay ko, tungo sa kaginhawaan. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, saan ka man ay mayroon yan. Ang buko-niyog ang siyang pinagkukunan ng sambayanan ng pangangailangan. Niyog-niyogan tayo para sa kinabukasan. Puko-puko ang buhay ko, tungo sa kaginhawaan. Pilipino, masipag ka, Pilipino, masinop ka. Simpleng bagay, pagyamanin, palaguin at ibigin. Huwag matakot, mangamba, siguradong panalo ka. Masaganang niyugan patungo sa kaginhawaan. Niyog-niyogan tayo para sa kinabukasan. Ang buhay ko, tungo sa kaginhawaan. Niyog-niyogan tayo para sa kinabukasan. Ang buhay ko, tungo sa kaginhawaan. Niyog-niyogan tayo para sa kinabukasan. Ang buhay ko, tungo sa kaginhawaan. Niyog-niyogan tayo. Puko-puko ang buhay ko. Niyog-niyogan tayo. Puko-puko ang buhay ko. Pilipinas, sali ka na, nasa paligid lamang ang iyong hinahanap. Huwag mag-alinlangan, huwag nang mangamba, ang puno ng buhay ay pag-asa. Magtanim ka lang ito, tiyak ikaw ang siyang panalo, walang matatalo, ito ang sigurado. Ang puno ng buhay ang ating pag-asa, halika na, magtanim at simula. Niyog-niyogan tayo para sa kinabukasan. Puko-puko ang buhay ko, tungo sa kaginhawaan. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, saan ka man ay mayroon yan. Ang buko-niyog ang siyang pinagkukunan ng sambayanan ng pangangailangan. Niyog-niyogan tayo para sa kinabukasan. Puko-puko ang buhay ko, tungo sa kaginhawaan. Pilipino, masipag ka, Pilipino, masinop ka. Simpleng bagay, pagyamanin, palaguin at ibigin. Huwag matakot, mangamba, siguradong panalo ka. Masaganang niyugan patungo sa kaginhawaan. Niyog-niyogan tayo para sa kinabukasan. Ang buhay ko, tungo sa kaginhawaan. Niyog-niyogan tayo para sa kinabukasan. Ang hawaan. Niyog-niyogan, niyog-niyogan tayo. Buko-buko ang buhay ko. Niyog-niyogan, niyog-niyogan tayo. Buko-buko ang buhay ko. Pilipinas, halika na. Nasa paligid lamang ang iyong hinahanap. Huwag mag-alinlangan, huwag nang mangamba. Ang puno ng buhay ay pag-asa. Magtanim ka lang ito, tiyak ikaw ang siyang panalo. Walang matatalo, ito ang sigurado. Puno ng buhay ang ating pag-asa. Halika na, magtanim at simula. Niyog-niyogan, niyog-niyogan tayo para sa kinabukasan. Buko-buko ang buhay ko, tungo sa kaginhawaan. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, saan ka man ay mayroon yan. Ang buko-niyog ang siyang pinagkukunan ng sambayanan ng pangangailangan. Niyog-niyogan, niyog-niyogan tayo para sa kinabukasan. Buko-buko ang buhay ko, tungo sa kaginhawaan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the closing ceremony of the 35th National Coconut Week with the theme Negosyanteng Magniniyog, Kaagapay, tungo sa maunlad na ekonomiya. I am Jules Giyang and I am your master of ceremony. And now, may we request everyone to please rise for the invocation followed by the Philippine National Anthem.
Huwag nang mangamba, ang puno ng buhay ay pag-asa.
Heavenly Father, thank you for making this event meaningful and successful. As we come to the end of the Coconut Month celebration, we thank you for what has been accomplished for the whole month. Thank you for the wisdom to come up with the new strategies and ways to approach our goals and vision for the coconut industry. May the matters discussed serve as a catalyst to move us forward and cause us to advance and see growth in all areas of the industry. May we leave here recognizing you are the God of wisdom and you are willing to lead us forward. These we pray in the name of the Lord Jesus. Amen.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the closing ceremony of the 35th National Coconut Week with the theme Negosyanteng Magniniyog, Kaagapay, tungo sa maunlad na ekonomiya. To all our Zoom attendees, hello po sa inyong lahat. Can I see some reactions using our emoticons in Zoom? Pwede nyo pong gamitin ang ating mga thumbs up o yung mga hearts po natin. Alright? And you can also, of course, use our virtual clap. Thank you so much for being here. And for those who are watching in our live broadcast sa social media via Facebook PCA page and YouTube, please like, share, and you may also comment down below. So this time, to give the highlights and event summary of National Coconut Week 2021, please welcome the PCA Deputy Administrator, Chairperson of the National Coconut Week Steering Committee. Let's welcome Mr. Walter M. Partosa.
To our guest of honor and speaker, who will be introduced later. To our tireless administrator, Benjamin R. Madrigal Jr. To our deputy administrators for operations and research and development, Sir Roel Rosales and Ma'am Arlene Monahar. To our regional managers, our coconut industry players, businesses, farmer organizations, and local government unit partners. To our hardworking and honored coconut farmers, our guests online watching in Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, and the PCA website. To the PCA workforce, ladies and gentlemen, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. All good things must come to an end. Today, we close this year's 35th Coconut Week celebration and activities, celebrate the successes of the industry, and acknowledge the dedicated participants of the coconut industry whose goal is to awaken the sleeping giant within the coconut industry. We are about to embark on an exciting but challenging journey as PCA aims to be the catalyst in delivering the objectives and the intent of the Public Act 11524, which is the Coconut Farmers and Industry Trust Fund Act, signed by President Rodrigo Roa Duterte last 26 February 2021, which aims to increase the income of our coconut farmers, alleviate poverty, and achieve social equality. They are the front, the back, and the center of what we do in the industry and is the main reason for our existence. The annual exercise of celebrating the Coconut Week is just one of the means implemented by the national government and, to be more specific, the Philippine coconut industry to help and assist our farmers in getting their equal share of the economic benefits of the industry. We hope that we were able to make a dent to this challenge. I invite everyone to continue to contribute, to join us on this journey, and I wish you all the success. At this juncture, I would like to thank the people who made this year's National Coconut Week celebration a success. Headed by our administrator, Benjamin Madrigal, for his direction. The National Coco Week Steering Committee co-chairs, DA Arlene Manohar and DA Roel Rosales, for their wisdom and knowledge. To our regional managers and their personnel who conducted their own regional celebrations. To the different various guest speakers, reactors, and farmer participants during the various activities conducted during the month of August. We also like to thank Ms. Rose Villaruel, Luz Brenda Balibria, and DJ Galang of Trade, Market, and Development Department, who are the main office of primary responsibility for the coconut festivities. The members of the Secretariat who worked and supported them tirelessly. We thank the IMSU, or the Information Management Support Unit under the Corporate Planning Services, headed by Ms. Lei Cuarto, who made sure that we have all the IT systems working. And we'd like to thank the General Services for all the preparations, the utilities, people who supported the preparation of the venues. We also like to thank Imagine Image for their support to this endeavor. Pardon me if I missed anyone, but suffice to say, in behalf of PCA and in behalf of our coconut farmers and industry, thank you for all the support and hard work in making the Cocoa Week celebrations a success. With that, at this juncture, may I invite all participants to the screen for the highlights of the month-long activities to support the Cocoa Week celebration. Thank you.
The National Coconut Week is an annual event organized by the Philippine Coconut Authority as mandated by Proclamation 142 signed by the late President Corazon C. Aquino in 1987. As promulgated, this celebration intends that all coconut stakeholders renew their commitments to further develop the coconut industry and collectively pay tribute of honor and thanksgiving for the blessings and benefits derived from it and establish a continuing awareness to its lasting importance to our national life. For this year's celebration, the event site www.nationalcoconutweek.com was established. On August 3, 2021, the 35th National Coconut Week with the theme Negosyanteng Magniniyog, Kaagapay tungo sa maunlad na ekonomiya was officially commenced through an opening ceremony.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the opening ceremony of the 35th National Coconut Week.
This is the second year that we have been doing this activity virtually since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite this challenge confronting our country in general and in the coconut industry in particular, have something to look forward to. The signing of our President Rodrigo Loa Duterte of Republic Act 11524, otherwise known as the Coconut Industry Trust Fund Act, will give the industry the wherewithals to put in place the coconut industry back to its former glory.
Ladies and gentlemen, isang masagana at mapagpalang araw sa inyong lahat. This year's month-long celebration focuses on the empowerment of our farmer entrepreneurs by featuring the best practices and success stories which they can emulate, linking farmers' organizations to investment and business opportunities, and establishing partnership among coconut stakeholders.
I want to welcome you all as we open the National Coconut Week, which gives recognition to the farmers and many others responsible for cultivating, processing, and bringing to the Filipinos a wide range of coconut products. As we continue to nurture this industry, we strive to innovate and work together as one in order to achieve economic prosperity, particularly among the coconut farming communities.
The Philippine Coconut Farmers and Industry Roadmap 2021 to 2040 were also presented with the key strategies to transform the industry and elevate the welfare and income of Filipino coconut farmers through the 7 thematic recommendations towards a resilient, secure, sustainable, and globally competitive coconut industry with empowered and prosperous coconut farmers. The opening ceremony was broadcasted live through YouTube through the National Coconut Week website and Facebook with a total of 45,856 online audience reached. The Coconut Investment Forum was a 2-day activity conducted virtually on August 4 and 6 that aims to heighten public awareness on the potentials of coconut to increase investments for the inclusive growth and sustainable development of the Philippine coconut industry. The activity was officially opened by the Vice Chairman of the PCA Board, Finance Secretary Carlos G. Dominguez.
First of all, I congratulate the Philippine Coconut Authority for bringing together all stakeholders in the coconut industry to discuss the way forward at this critical time. We have to act swiftly and decisively today to create competitive businesses around the industry and ensure sustainability for the livelihood of our coconut farmers.
7 technologies were presented during the forum. These include the following: cocoa coolers, cocoa board manufacturing, cocoa pallet, cocoa patch, village-level cocoa water processing, coir processing and bioengineering application, and virgin coconut oil convergence project. The forum was attended by 222 registered participants and 55 investors coming from the private sector, which was able to generate 4.31 million as initial committed investment. The B2B meeting is a 3-day activity that was conducted virtually on August 9 to 11 in partnership with the Department of Trade and Industry Export Marketing Bureau, with the aim of expanding the market of coconut products globally and domestically through business matching between market-compliant MSMEs and big producers of coconut products and byproducts to relevant markets, and promoting coconut products, byproducts, and technologies to new export markets through direct interaction via virtual platform between exporters and importers. On his keynote address, Trade and Industry Secretary Ramon M. Lopez affirmed the DTI's commitment in further developing the coconut industry through their various programs to create more innovative and high-value coconut products.
On behalf of the Department of Trade and Industry, we'd like to congratulate the Philippine Coconut Authority as she hosts the 35th National Coconut Week celebration. There are vast opportunities that can be found in the country's coconut industry, and our team at the Export Marketing Bureau, as well as our Foreign Trade Service Corps, will be glad to assist you in any way. While we are confident that the Philippine coconut industry will become one of the engines of inclusive economic growth, we hope that our international guests will do business with us, especially as we build back better in a post-pandemic future for the Philippines. Thank you very much. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. And again, congratulations to PCA. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat.
In addition to the brief status of the coconut industry in the international market, 3 country reports on the market trends and updated trade policies were presented by commercial and agriculture counselors of the Philippine Trade and Investment Center in USA, China, and South Korea. The activity was participated by 25 buyers, 15 foreign, and 10 domestic, and was able to generate 108 business matches. Countries with business match are France, Switzerland, China, Taiwan, South Korea, Japan, US, Canada, and new market in Lithuania. Products of interest are coconut shell charcoal, crude RDB oil, copra meal, mature coconut water, buko, charcoal briquettes, coir, and other coconut food. PCA regional offices also celebrated the 35th National Coconut Week through conducting their own Coconut Day from August 11 to 20. which were live-streamed in their respective social media accounts. An industry stakeholders forum was also conducted in each region, wherein regional industry stakeholders were able to raise their own concerns to PCA. Aside from this, regional winners of the Gawad Niyugan and Coco Papremyo contests were also recognized. Several regional offices conducted the Coco Bazaar in their respective areas, with consideration to the government's current health and safety protocol. For the first time, PCA conducted the month-long Coconut Trade Fair virtually from August 3 to 27 through the National Coconut Week website. The said trade fair was participated by 18 coconut processors or manufacturers and 2 government agencies, including PCA and DTI. The Coconut Trade Fair has now 8,414 views from 40 countries, with the top 5 country visitors from the Philippines, USA, Ireland, Sweden, and China. With Cameras Technologies is the most visited booth, which has the following coconut products: cocoa surfactants, cocoa intermediates, conventional RBD oil, virgin coconut oil, cocoa triglycerides, laurine, and Dr. Coco. The virtual exhibit can still be viewed at www.nationalcoconutweek.com/coconut-trade-fair until December of 2021. The Coco Kwentuhan sa Negosyo is a 5-day webinar series. It highlighted the important role of convergence among coconut farmer organizations,
Paiikliin po natin ang tunay na diwa ng kooperatibang ito. Ang yakap ay pagkakaisa, pagtutulungan.
We could be an instrument in bridging the gap para maabot nga dito sa mga tao. And we're thinking on the consolidation that we could now respond the need of in terms of quality and quantity.
Sabi nga po ni Mayor, sa dulo daw po ng niyog ay may ginto.
Talaga i-guide mo muna sila because it's really a challenge on how to make the farmers an agripreneur.
Kumikita kami ng hindi mo mababa sa 1,000 piso sa kada araw. Kaya masasabi ko na ang niyog ay ginto.
Local government units,
because of the passion of then Mayor Sandy Javier to serve his constituents who are mostly coconut farmers, he procured a decorticating machine from India.
Siguro kami ang role model ng municipal model ang Javier ng Convergence.
Private sector, coconut industry associations, and other stakeholders.
Pilipinas, halika na. Nasa paligid lamang ang iyong hinahanap. Wag mag-alinlangan, wag nang mangamba. Ang puno ng buhay ay pag-asa.
The event was conducted online via Zoom and streamed live on PCA's social media platforms. Several activities were also conducted to further promote the celebration of the 35th National Coconut Week to the general public. On July 31, 2021, the 35th National Coconut Week was featured during the Maunlad na Filipino radio program in partnership with the Department of Agriculture, Agriculture and Fisheries Information Division, and was streamed live at the radio program's Facebook page and was able to reach 1,400 audience online. SMS text blasts were also conducted to reach a wider audience in partnership with the Department of Agriculture Agricultural Training Institute from August 2 to August 26, 2021. Aside from these, the official banner and schedule of activities were shown on LED wall bulletins of Metro Manila Development Authority and Armed Forces of the Philippines, respectively, for the whole month of August. Event tarpaulins and posters were also displayed in strategic areas in MRT stations and PCA premises.
Thank you so much, Mr. Walter M. Partosa, for giving us the highlights and summary of all the events. We all hope that next year we're going to have it physically or face-to-face. And now, we will proceed to the awarding ceremonies. Friends, we have 3 categories for this afternoon. The Coco Papremyo, the Gawad Niyugan, and lastly will be the top coconut exporters. Let's now proceed for the first awarding. The Coco Papremyo. This award is designed to recognize outstanding coconut farmers for their best practices and innovative ideas implemented in their respective coconut farms. The Coco Papremyo is composed of 5 categories. The Coco Laki, Coco Kapal, Coco Bigat, Coco Dami, and Coco Ani. The winner of each category will receive 5,000 pesos cash prize and a plaque of recognition. Allow me to read the plaque of recognition. Department of Agriculture, Philippine Coconut Authority, ang gawad ng pagkilala ay ipinagkaloob kay sa kanyang pagwawagi sa kategoryang bahagi ng pangnasyonal na patimpalak ng Coco Papremyo, kaakibat ng pagdiriwang ng 35th National Coconut Week na may temang Negosyanteng Magniniyog, Kaagapay, tungo sa maunlad na ekonomiya. Ipinagkaloob ngayong ika-27 ng Agosto sa taon ng ating Panginoon 2021 sa Philippine Coconut Authority Building, Elliptical Road, Diliman, Lungsod ng Quezon. Nilagdaan ni Ginoong Benjamin R. Madrigal Jr., Administrator. Let's now proceed to the first category. Coco Laki, the biggest mature coconut fruit in terms of its size, length, and diameter. A total of 13 entries were received under this category. And the winner is... Congratulations, Mr. Arturo Sombito from Poblacion Magpet, North Cotabato, with his entry having a total equatorial and polar length of 23.3 inches. Congratulations. And now let's proceed to our second category. Coco Kapal, mature coconut with the thickest meat, shell, and husk. Under this category, a total of 13 entries from the PCA regional offices were submitted. And our winner is... Congratulations, Mr. Mubarak Malindong from Tambak, Calanogas, Lanao del Sur, with an effective thickness of 1.6 inches. Congratulations. Let's now proceed to our third category. Coco Bigat, mature coconut with highest effective weight. A total of 11 entries were submitted under this category. And our winner is... Congratulations, Mr. Ruben S. Abelan from Sawa, Talusan, Zamboanga, Sibugay with effective weight of 5 kilograms. Congratulations. Now we proceed to our fourth category, Coco Dami, the highly prolific coconut palm with the greatest number of fruits. A total of 12 entries were received under this category. And our winner is... Congratulations, Mr. Joel M. Dulay from B. Kadungon, Antipas, North Cotabato with 125 coconut fruits in a bunch. Congratulations. Let's now proceed to our fifth and last category, the Coco Ani. The farmer with the highest production will be recognized. A total of 3 entries were received under this category. And our winner is... Congratulations to you, Mr. Paul M. Sanchez from Bagong Pitogo, Zamboanga del Sur with 2,000 fresh young coconuts, 3,500 matured nuts, and 7,538.12 copra in kilograms per hectare per harvest. Congratulations to you. Once again, congratulations to all our Coco Papremyo winners. Let's give them a virtual round of applause. Congratulations. And now, let's proceed to our second awarding. And this is the Gawad Niyugan. This recognizes coconut farmer organizations for their exemplary performance in managing their organization and uplifting the economic conditions of its partners, of its members. We have 4 categories in this award. Firstly, we have the Best Coconut Farmer Organization or CFO. Second, we have the Kaanib Achievers Award or KAA Farm Diversification. Third, we have the KAA Livestock Integration. Fourth, we have the KAA Coconut Processing. The winners will receive 25,000 pesos cash and a plaque of recognition. Allow me to read the plaque of recognition once again. The Department of Agriculture, Philippine Coconut Authority presents this plaque of recognition to for being the top 1 in the particular category under the Gawad Niyugan Awards 2021. Given this 27th day of August 2021 at the Philippine Coconut Authority, Elliptical Road, Diliman, Quezon City, signed by Benjamin R. Madrigal Jr., Administrator. Let's now proceed to our first awardee. The winner for the Best Coconut Farmer Organization or CFO category is... Congratulations! Farmers Entrepreneur Association Agrarian Reform Cooperative from Salcedo, Eastern Samar. Congratulations! Let's all watch this video.
Salcedo is an outskirt coastal municipality of Eastern Samar. Iberan is one of its barangays where FEA-ARCO or Farmers Entrepreneur Association Agrarian Reform Cooperative is nested. 80% of its households are members of FEA-ARCO and 81% of its total membership are coconut farmers. These coconut farmers are not just the direct participants of its services but are part owners as well.
Ako po si Luis Bayarong Jr., ang kasalukuyang chairman ng FEA Agrarian Reform Cooperative.
Typhoon Yolanda was not considered a disaster to them, but a blessing instead, because it was through this calamity that most coconut farmers learned the value and essence of crop diversification.
Ako si Corazon Pagaspas, siya na membro ng FEA-ARCO. May mga tanim na niyog. Nung wala pang Yolanda, marami kaming pananim na niyog. Kaso lang, nung pagbagyo ng Yolanda, marami ang natumba. wala na kaming produksyon na ano ng nyug dahil karamihan na tumba yung mga nyug namin. Kaya naisipan namin mag-intercrop kagaya ng kakao, banana.
Kami ay magsilbing halimbawa bilang kooperatiba na gayahin kami ng aming mga coconut farmer sa diversification. Sa ngayon, ang PEA ay marami siyang proyekto na ino-operate. Isa na dyan yung sinabi natin Kasaba Processing Center. Isa siya sa pinakamalaki na hanap buhay ng mga tao. Natutulungan ang mga magsasaka ng niyog dahil nag-i-intercrop sila ng kasaba at sigurado ang market, sila ang nagsusupply ng raw material. May cacao processing din kami sa PEA Arco para i-process ang mga cacao beans ng buong Eastern Samar. Sa pamamagitan din ng PIN at mga government agency tulad ng PCE, DTI, DNR at iba pang agency ay tumulong para mapalago ito at nagtulong-tulong para makagawa ng pinakamalaki na cacao nursery.
FAA Arco is governed by its core values: leadership, unity, integrity, and service. And with the help of the Almighty God, the journey of FEA Arco will continue to move forward with its noble intent intact, though at times the road gets rough.
Once again, congratulations to the Farmers Entrepreneur Association Agrarian Reform Cooperative. Up next, the next award is under the Kaanib Achievers Award or KAA Farm Diversification category. And the winner is... Congratulations, Kadalian Cacao Coconut Coffee Farmers Incorporated from Davao City, Region 11. Palakpakan po natin sila. Let's watch their video.
The Kaagapay Cacao Coconut Coffee Farmers Incorporated or Kaagapay is located at Barangay Kaagapay, Baguio District in the city of Davao. Presently, the association has reached a total farmer members, 98 all are coconut farmers. With their good track record, they were able to avail various programs from government to include 25,000 cacao seedlings from the Coconut Cacao Enterprise Development Project under KEDP in 2014. Through this project, the farmers were able to augment their income from the sale of their cacao beans, tablia, and other products. Kaagapay is an enthusiast of organic farming, thus most of the members are into vermicast culture utilizing cacao pods and coconut leaves as substrates. It also become one of their sources of income because many plant buffs are also using vermicast for their ornamental plants, especially during this pandemic. The organization is the one who purchases their members' produce, particularly the cacao beans. The Department of Agriculture has provided them with multi-commodity solar panel dryers and fermentation boxes for their post-harvest facility. Members can take advantage of these by paying the organization 50 centavo per kilo for drying and fermenting the cacao beans, thus producing premium dried fermented beans, which they avail also a premium price of 160 pesos per kilo. The organization also processes cacao beans. 1/3 of their produce are processed into tablia and chocolate chips, while the 2/3 is sold to Kennemer Foods International and Amistry Agri-Ventures Corporation, with whom they have a marketing agreement. Due to exemplary management, Kaagapay is a recipient of a stall in the Davao Food Terminal Complex at the Leal Toril, Davao City, where they sell their farm produce like tablia, chocolate chips, cocoa honey, bukayo, and cocoa vinegar, and other farm products. For every kilo that was sold in the food terminal, farmer will pay 25 centavo to the association. However, it was closed during the pandemic, but the members of the organization had joined the Kadiwa enterprise activities by selling their members' produce through Kadiwa on wheels. They also availed the production loan easy access under DA-ACPC to augment their capital in the cacao production. It is envisioned that the group will go into high-value cacao production. The 6 of their members, together with the Davao City Chocolate Processor Association Incorporated, is proposing a project to be funded under the Philippine Rural Development Project or PRDP, worth 30 million for the production of cacao powder and butter for them to access the export market. Truly, cacao farming has helped a lot to each and every Dabawenyo farmers. It makes farming a good source of livelihood.
Once again, congratulations to Kadalian Cacao Coconut Coffee Farmers Incorporated. Congratulations. At this point, let's proceed to the next category, the KA Livestock Integration. And the winner is... Congratulations, Talao Agrarian Reform Beneficiaries Cooperative from Davao del Sur, Region 11. Palakpakan po natin sila. Congratulations. Let's watch their video.
Barangay Talao is one of the 25 barangays comprising the third-class municipality of Salub Province of Davao del Sur. In 2014 and 2015, they received 24 heads of cattle and 24 heads goat respectively that benefited 44 coconut farmers. Because of the enthusiasm and good management of the project, the co-op members, especially those who received livestock, were able to redisperse 23 heads of goat and 31 heads of cattle that benefited another 54 members of the co-op. The cooperative have an in-place agreement conquered by the general membership and the dispersal of offspring. They extended to other 9 beneficiaries outside Barangay Talao who are also coconut farmers and officers of the Municipal Federation of Small Coconut Farmers of Sulup. Livestock integration under coconut is indeed a great help for the coconut farmers. Some farmers were able to buy lot, help them in their medical expenses, purchase motorcycle for their easy movement, especially this time of pandemic. Others even improve their homes. In addition to selling their livestocks, the goat manure was used as fertilizer to intercrop like coffee, vegetable garden, and ornamental plants. Some farmers sold their manure to organic fertilizer producers. The co-op also produces coconut coir-based organic fertilizer using the machines that they also acquire from PCA. Substrates used are animal manures and cockapit. Market include local walk-in buyers, banana farmers, and plant enthusiasts that goes with the green revolution during this pandemic time. Aside from PSA, Department of Agrarian Reform and LG of Sulup are also assisting the crew. They receive potable water system that is now serving 98 households from the Barangay Talao. In recognition of showing cooperative spirit, especially this pandemic time, they received Gawad Parangal Award from Cooperative Development Authority. This is to recognize their participation in the Co-op Bayanihan Effort community work organized by CDA and VTI by extending financial assistance. For their initiative in donating cash for the frontliners as spearheaded by the Regional Cooperative Development Council. With good policy and member cooperation, the cooperative has made the livestock integration project sustainable and had a significant impact on the lives of the members and their families.
Once again, congratulations to Talao Agrarian Reform Beneficiaries Cooperative. Congratulations. Right now, let's proceed to the last category of Gawad Niyugan KA Coconut Processing. And the winner is... Congratulations, Bulacan Coconut Farmers Multi-Purpose Cooperative from Davao del Sur, Region 11. Congratulations po! Let's watch their video.
The Bulacan Coconut Farmers Multi-Purpose Cooperative, or Bucofa MPC, is located at Barangay Bulacan, Malalag, Davao del Sur. Bucofa have expanded its enterprise activities when they have availed the KEDP coir processing and coconut coir-based organic fertilizer production project in 2018. They began their coconut processing business with only hanks as a product. However, with the assistance of PCA, they are now producing J-units, coir lugs, and handicrafts such as pots, doormats, cocoa poles, lampshades, and Christmas decorations. They have a monthly production of 20 rolls of J-units. Some of the members are now skilled workers. In fact, Miss Amelia Fuentes, the cooperative manager, and 4 of their members are DTI accredited trainers in J-units, coir lugs, pots, and doormat production. Some LGUs, organizations, and even PCA tap them to conduct coir production training. Their market includes DPWH and NIA contractors for their J-units, as well as some private companies like Dolstan Philco and LGUs who used their J-units as foot and tire baths. The coir peat was sold to plant enthusiasts as well as BioGrow, a global company that processes cocoa peat and cocoa cubes. Short fibers were also sold to hollow block makers in the locality. Coir peat is also being incorporated in the rice field, and some hog raisers use peat in their pig pens to eliminate odor. Pots and doormats are also popular in their consumer store, with some even being shipped to Luzon. For 2020, the cooperative's income from sales is 1,181,690 pesos and 15 centavos. During the pandemic, the cooperative intensified the weaving and twinning activities in the households of their members. There are currently 40 households that rely on the cooperative's venture for their source of income. The members of each household, from the parents to their children, are helping each other in their livelihood while spending quality time together in their homes away from the virus. Each household could produce 1 J-unit per week, which the cooperative buy from them at 2,000 pesos per roll, less 390 pesos fiber cost, which were provided by the co-op. It intends to expand its services to other barangays within the municipality and to become one of the region's leading coir processor.
Congratulations once again to all the Gawad Niyugan winners. Let's give them a virtual warm round of applause, please. All right, and now let's proceed to the top coconut exporters. This recognition is given to the top exporters whose efforts contributed in promoting and sustaining the integrated development of the industry. The categories under this award are: firstly, coconut oils, which include crude, refined, bleached, deodorized, cochin, and copra meal. Desiccated coconuts, activated carbon, coconut concentrates, virgin coconut oil, coconut methyl ester, agglomerated coconut charcoal, and the top MSME coconut exporter. Allow me to read the plaque of recognition. The Department of Agriculture, Philippine Coconut Authority, presents this plaque of recognition to, in recognition of the company's competitiveness and resilience, sustaining export performance, and generating revenue for the economy amidst the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. Given this 27th day of August 2021 at the Philippine Coconut Authority, Elliptical Road, Diliman, Quezon City. Signed by Benjamin R. Madrigal Jr., Administrator. And let's proceed to the first category, the coconut oil and copra meal. The top exporter is... Congratulations! Cargill Oil Mills Philippines with a total export FOB value of 160.03 million US dollars. Up next is the desiccated coconut category. The winner is... Congratulations! Franklin Baker Company of the Philippines with a total export FOB value of 54.73 million US dollars. Up next, for the activated carbon category, the top exporter is... Congratulations! Jacoby Carbon Philippines Incorporated with a total export FOB value of 22.13 million US dollars. Congratulations. And now let's move on to the next category, the coconut water concentrates. The top exporter is... Congratulations! Axelone Resources Corporation with a total export FOB value of 35.45 million US dollars. Congratulations! Up next is the virgin coconut oil category. The winner is... Congratulations! Century Pacific Agricultural Ventures Incorporated with a total export FOB value of 19.05 million US dollars. Congratulations. Let's now move on to the coconut methyl ester category. The top exporter is... Stepan Philippine Quaternaries Incorporated with a total export FOB value of 29.7 million US dollars. Congratulations. Up next is the agglomerated coconut charcoal category. And the winner for this category is... Congratulations, Ocean Moon Social Enterprise with a total export FOB value of 6.98 million US dollars. And now, let's proceed to the last category, the top MSME exporter. Let me read the plaque of recognition. The Department of Agriculture, Philippine Coconut Authority presents this plaque of recognition to, in recognition of the company's performance, being an MSME with the highest number of markets penetrated in calendar year 2020 and contributing export revenue for the economy amidst the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. Given this 27th day of August 2021 at the Philippine Coconut Authority, Elliptical Road, Diliman, Quezon City, signed by Benjamin R. Madrigal Jr., Administrator. And the top MSME coconut exporter is... Congratulations, Andy Albao Corporation, with a total of 18 countries penetrated and served despite the COVID-19 pandemic. Congratulations to all the winners of Top Coconut Exporters. Let's give them a virtual round of applause. Thank you so much. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the Coco Papremyo, the Gawad Niyugan, and the Top Coconut Exporters Awards. Once again, let's give them a virtual warm of applause. And at this point, let us now welcome the Vice President of the Development Academy of the Philippines, Mr. Alan Cajes, to present the highlights of the Coconut Farmers and Industry Development Plan Memorandum of the agreement between the PCA and the DAP. Once again, let us now welcome the Vice President of the Development Academy of the Philippines, Mr. Alan Cajes, to present the highlights of the Coconut Farmers and Industry Development Plan Memorandum of Agreement between PCA and DAP. Mr. Alan, go ahead. Kindly unmute, please. Mr. Alan, kindly unmute, please.
Thank you. Magandang hapon po sa lahat. Naririnig niyo po ba ako ngayon?
Yes po.
Okay. Kanina po kasi hindi ako makapag-unmute. Kaya sinusubukan ko yung aking cellphone. Okay, so magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga coconut farmers at stakeholders and partners. At sa ating mga opisyales at staff ng Philippine Coconut Authority sa pamumuno ni Administrator Benjamin Madrigal Jr. Maligayang pagbati din sa ating lahat on the occasion of the 35th Coconut Week celebration. Let me proceed to the next slide. Ang Coconut Farmers and Industry Development Plan or CFIDP ay kasalukuyang ginagawa at inihahanda bilang pagtugon sa sitwasyon natin ngayon, kung saan ang ating mga coconut farmers ayon sa data or datos mula sa National Coconut Farmers Registry System na nagsasabing meron tayong 2.5 million coconut farmers, 51% ay maituturing na landless. Kasama po dito ang 14% na tenants, 37% na farm workers. 92% ng ating coconut farmers ay masasabi natin at maituturing na food insecure, na merong less than 1 carrying capacity ratio in terms of annual income, food, or food threshold. Karamihan po sa ating coconut farmers ay walang social protection laban sa aksidente, walang health life insurance, hindi miyembro ng Social Security System or SSS, at walang scholarship opportunities para sa kanilang mga anak na nasa edad na upang mag-aral. Kaya sa batas at nilagdaan ni Pangulong Duterte ang Coconut Levy Act noong February 26, 2021 upang mabigyan ng karagdagang pondo ang industriya at mabigyan ng social protection ng ating mga coconut farmers. Sa next slide po, nabanggit sa Coconut Farmers and Industry Development Plan or CFIDP na ito ay base sa Coconut Levy Act at merong mga mandated programs katulad ng number 1, community-based enterprises and integrated processing na intended to increase the income of farmers para mapaunlad at mapasigla ang industriya sa tulong ng bawat isa sa bawat komunidad. Number 2, social protection that directly benefits the coconut farmers, the farm workers, and their families, especially in terms of healthcare, scholarship, and other forms of social protection. Number 3, innovative and responsive researches on production, processing, and marketing. We hope to provide the best available knowledge, science, and technology to support the coconut farmers and the other stakeholders and players in the coconut industry. Number 4, development of income-generating downstream products katulad ng unprocessed, semi-processed, and processed coconut products. Sa next slide po, masasabi nating bahagi ng Coconut Farmers and Industry Development Plan or CFIDP ang pagbuo ng mga criteria upang matarget natin ang ating mga beneficiaries at pagbuo ng mga indicators to determine the attainment of the objectives and results of the CFIDP at mga mekanismo to monitor and evaluate the different components of the program gamit ang, for example, logical framework method or approach, impact evaluation studies, at iba pa. Kasama po dito ang indicative funding requirement para ma-implement or ma-execute ang mga program activities at ang paano ma-distribute ang annual allocation from the trust fund at mula sa respective implementing agencies. Ang mga detalye sa mga or details sa mga programang ito ay ipabahagi at talakayan ng ating mga kasamahan na gumagawa ng ating CFIDP. Sa paggawa po ng Coconut Farmers and Industry Development Plan or CFIDP, sa slide po na ito, ay minabuti ng PCA na makipag-partner with the Development Academy of the Philippines or DAP or DAP kung saan po ako ay ang representative today. Ang DAP po ay may karanasan at nagagawa ng mga tulad na ganitong uri ng mga plano. At base sa contract ng DAP with PCA, the Development Academy of the Philippines will deploy a dedicated team of experts katulad ng project leader and processing expert, coconut farming specialist, marketing and financial expert, project benefit monitoring and evaluation expert, community development specialist, at pool or team of people who have discipline expertise or who possess expertise in disciplines like livestock, agronomy, etc. at iba pa. Hindi lang po experience at experts ang kailangan po natin dito. Higit sa lahat, dapat merong malasakit at pagmamahal sa bayan at sa ating lahat dahil hindi naman po kalakihan ang budget na nakalaan po dito. At may timeline po tayong dapat nasusunod. In the next slide, let me just share with you what this project is all about. The project that we're implementing with the Philippine Coconut Authority is consistent with Section 4 of the Coconut Farmers and Industry Trust Fund Act, or RA number 11524, directing the Philippine Coconut Authority to prepare the CFIDP. The CFIDP is essential to achieve the state policy of consolidation of the benefits that are due or must go to the coconut farmers, the poor, and the marginalized. CFIDP aims to attain increased incomes, especially of the coconut farmers, reduce the incidence of poverty, and achieve social equity. The Coconut Farmers and Industry Development Plan, or CFIDP, is therefore an investment portfolio of coconut levy fund and or to include the list of short, medium, and long-term industry action plan. In terms of the cost-benefit analysis under the negotiated procurement between DAP and the Philippine Coconut Authority, the negotiated procurement is allowed by the procurement law, or RA number 9184, since PCA and DAP are both government agencies or institutions. So strictly speaking, there is no procurement or transfer of funds from government to a non-government entity, since the two institutions are government entities established by law. It is also allowed under certain circumstances, such as when the project involves highly technical consultants, katulad ng nabanggit ko kanina, among others. Dahil po mabusisi at matagal ang procedures under the procurement law, at kung susundin po yon, hindi natin masasabi kung kayang mabuo ang CFIDP in 6 months or 1 year. At kapag nag-failed ang competitive bidding, ay babalik po tayo sa step 1. Kaya sa agency-to-agency mode of negotiated procurement, kakayaning matapos ang project in less than 4 or less than 3 months, as long as the agency to be engaged ay may kakayahan gawin ang nasa programa. The Development Academy of the Philippines is a development-oriented institution under the office of the President, but it has corporate powers for its operations. So DAP has corporate powers to perform functions essential to attain its mandates under the law. But DAP is above all a not-for-profit development institution. DAP also has proven capability and experience relative to the CFIDP requirements. We have developed equivalent programs, for example, for other government agencies such as the DENR and the Department of Trade and Industry at iba pa. The drafting of the CFIDP will be achieved within the given time frame under this arrangement or partnership. And the cost of engaging the services of the DAP may be equal or lower than the other alternatives, but definitely the timeliness and quality gains outweigh the cost. So given the above and our experience in similar activities, the partnership of PCA and DAP is beneficial to the PCA and its stakeholders. And being government institution, DAP will ensure that all the transactions will be consistent with the requirements and regulations of our oversight agencies, including the Commission on Audit. Ang deliverables under the project of PCA and DAP are the following: the inception report, the draft report, the draft final report, and the final report of the CFIDP. And to give us updated or updates about the report that we have prepared, let me introduce our next speaker, who is part of our project team. She holds a PhD in plant sciences from the University of Western Australia. She has an MS in horticulture from the University of the Philippines in Los Baños, a Bachelor's of Science degree in agriculture, also from UPLB. Her fields of experience and expertise include crop science and physiology, farming systems, multiple cropping, and advanced fruit crops physiology, agronomy and horticulture, research and development, agriculture, including project management and development. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Dr. Edna Aguilar.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Ako po ang naastasan ng aming grupo to present an overview of the development of CFID, development ng coconut farmers and industry. Next slide. So ito po ay nakabase dun sa approval of the RA 11524. It's a game changer that we hope will modernize and finally industrialize the Philippine coconut sector. Sabi nga po ni Secretary Dao. Next. So under the PCA is mandated to lead the development of the CFIDP, and we have been under very strict coordination and monitoring by the PCA to engage in this. So there are three major activities. One is the regional interagency planning, which has been going on even before the signing of the MOA between DAP and PCA. And this is anchored on the cocoa firm, which most of us, the lead authors of that, are also part of this CFIDP team to give continuity as what PCA has said. So presentation of the COCOFIM and CFIDP framework. So far that has all been done, and the regional offices of PCA had been spearheading with a technical working group from the different 16 other agencies that are stipulated in the law. So they developed a regional CFIDP program strategies based on the regional industry supply map, and they developed regional cocoa firm. No? And these plans had been endorsed by the regional development council of each of the regions except for BAN. So the crafting of the CFIDP will follow given based on the harmonization of the regional plans with the implementing agencies' targets and policies. So we are at different stages of this, stages po dito, depending on the implementing agency and the target interventions. So convergence and integration of implementing plans with other agencies, ito po ang medyo complicated, no? Given that the different activities and already programs. So, but we are doing very good progress here. Prioritization of projects and indicative regional budget allocation has been discussed with the implementing agencies, and they are now harmonizing these plans with their regional counterparts. So going back to the region. So review and integration of the RFIDP of the interagency clusters at the national level, given po that one intervention would not only be dealing by itself, but also has to converge on some aspects with the other implementing agencies. And the submission of implementation plan of the different agencies after they have identified and prioritized the projects for implementation under CFIDP. So when the plans are drafted and finalized, this will be submitted to vetting by NEDA, DBM, DTI, DOF, and a briefing with the Trust Fund Management Committee, review of PCA board, approval of the board, and finally approval of the president. So we are working on a very tight timetable, and we are hoping for the continued cooperation of all the implementing agencies, since we are just writers and the planners are with them. So thank you. Next, please. So ito po yung pina-follow namin na Coconut Farmers and Industry Development Plan, again anchored on the 7 thematic themes of the Coconut Farmers and Industry Roadmap, which are also guided by the 1D8 policy and the strategies of consolidation, modernization, industrialization, professionalization. So these are the different agencies involved, but they all have to work together so that we achieve the outputs and direct effects that we need: empowered coconut farmers, and their families, empowered and strengthened farmers, organizations, and cooperatives. The outcomes are these have been discussed with the agencies and with NEDA: coconut productivity within ecological limits, with the high societal impacts of sustainable increase in coconut farmers' income, more equitable access and distribution of basic services, and continued global competitiveness of the coconut industry. Ayan po. Next, please. So, yung pong mga components ng CFIDP will be translated into national development programs as provided by the law. These are just the overview. So, the budget allocation that we are working at would be 5 billion in year 1, 5 billion in year 2, 6 billion in year 3, 7 billion in year 4, and 10 billion in year 5. And the allocation for each of the mandated implementing agencies are as follows. So yearly, this is the budget that they are working for in the development of the CFIDP plan. This would be the share of each of the agencies. Okay, next please. So the National Development Program for the Coconut Farmers and Industry, R7, has 7 components: social protection, coconut farmers organization and development, hybridization, coconut community-based farm enterprises development and farm rehabilitation, integrated coconut processing and downstream products, innovative research projects and their practical applications in coconut production, processing, distribution, and the support services. We will discuss this, the components, the sub-programs under these components in the next slides. Okay, next please. So under the component 1 on social protection, I will just browse through this, health insurance, crop insurance, scholarships, training of coconut farmers and their families. Okay, next please. Under the hybridization, it will be seed farm establishment, nursery establishment, planting and replanting program, hybridization research to be handled by PCARD-OST, and to oversee all of this, that they are all in congruence and proceeding well, knowledge and information management system. So under program component 4, community-based farm enterprise development, this would follow the consolidation, modernization, and professionalization, following the BA model of clustering of to create agribusiness corridors and hubs. So intercropping is limited to coffee and cacao. Livestock and poultry integration would be limited to native animals, and dairy integration under the MDA. Next, please. So the integrated coconut processing and downstream processing, shared facilities by Filmex, so to be handled by Filmex, food product processing, food and non-food, and mechanization and shared facilities. Now, under the innovative research projects and their practical applications, it will focus on coconut production research, so the whole value chain, product development, and improvement of existing products, industry, and market research. So under the support services, this has been in consultation with the other agencies and in the regional consultations. Of course, there is a need for credit, marketing assistance and market promotion, infrastructure support, and of course, policies and regulations. So under component 1, the health insurance. So as directed by the PCA board, the provision of health insurance assistance to coconut farmers and their families will be funded by the trust fund in partnership between PCA and PhilHealth. The target beneficiaries are non-registered coconut farmers who are not listed as direct or indirect members of PhilHealth. But of course, the unified benefit packages would include inpatient, outpatient, the primary care, Z benefits, and all other future benefits that may be developed later. Okay, next please. Under the program component crop insurance, the target beneficiaries will be NCFRS registered landowners and owner-operators with less than 5 hectares and below. So currently, the available agricultural insurance product for coconut is based on the coconut tree mortality insurance. But later on, we hope that when it is developed, it will convert into the yield loss insurance product. So, but only coconut is covered by this. So for the coconut farmer beneficiaries under the crop insurance program will insure their intercrops and livestock in the PCIC RSBSA crop insurance program, the basic sectors in agriculture's insurance program. The insurance premium under this would be free. And for coconut farmers whose coconut trees are not covered by the coconut tree mortality insurance, they will be accommodated as well in the RSBA program, but they must apply for RSBA registration, so that they could insure their coconuts, their livestock, and their intercrops with the PCIC for free. Okay, next please. So under the scholarship component, this will be handled by CHED, under the social protection. So they have agreed that features are that coconut farmers and their families will be beneficiaries. But they have to be duly registered by NCFRS. The grantee will take courses in agriculture and agricultural-related courses and other courses that will later be identified by PCA to be critical for the industry. The evaluation criteria is 60% academic performance and 40% of the annual gross income. Additional 5 points will be given to children, dependents of farm workers, senior citizens, persons with disabilities, solo parents, indigenous people, underprivileged, and homeless. So these are the benefits that are proposed under the scholarship program. Okay, next please. Under the training of coconut farmers and their families, this is a critical not only for this component, because this is not standalone, this is anchored on the other components on hybridization, farm improvement, and shared facilities as well. So that the target is on professionalizing the coconut workforce to benefit mostly the coconut, the landless coconut farmers and workers, which are recipients of the shared facilities, farm improvement program components, as well as workers under the hybridization program. Next, please. So the implementation strategies have been set by TESDA and ATI, but let me give you some important features. Under ATI, development and conduct of relevant e-learning courses on coconut-based farming, coconut-based subject matter, provision of grants and funds for the conduct of farmer-level training by the and establishment of coconut-based learning sites for agriculture and for farm business schools. Likewise, for TESDA, who will be mostly in charge of the professionalization of our coconut workers and farm service crew. So development of training regulations, competency, and other related and relevant qualifications, provision of TESDA scholarship programs to coconut beneficiaries, including the farm workers. And TESDA will recognize and accredit the training modules developed under the farm improvement, hybridization, shared facilities program components, including the training of farm service crew for the trainees to be eligible for TESDA scholarship grant. Okay, next please. Okay, coconut farmers organization and development. This is under the CDA. This is aimed at organizing the farmers who are not organized. For those who are already organized to be continually strengthened and empowered, and for those who are wanting to be not yet cooperatives to transition into cooperatives, as well as for the existing cooperatives to be continually for continuing learning. So for registered coconut farmers cooperatives, for prospective coconut farmers cooperatives, and of course, information and advocacy will always be part of the implementation plan. Next, please. Okay. The country needs to be sustainably increase our production. The present 44 nuts productivity per farm per year, 45 is only 50% of the yield potential of our local poles and 30% of the yield potential of local hybrids. So accelerating hybridization is key strategy to increase farm productivity. But hand in hand with this, we have to conserve and maintain our germplasm, which is the biggest in the world. our edge since we have the parent materials to continue our hybridization and improve our hybridization efforts. The availability of technology on assisted pollination technology would enable us to further jumpstart the hybridization process, and increase our availability of hybrid and outstanding OPVs. So these are the key strategies identified by PCA under this hybridization program: production of hybrid planting materials and parentals, outstanding parentals, community nursery establishment for hybrids and outstanding OPVs, strategic planting and replanting of hybrids and outstanding OPVs, increasing productivity of already existing hybrid plants so that we see to it that their performance would approximate their potential performance. So, so overseeing all of these, that they go smoothly, and monitoring knowledge information management system to be handled by the PCA. Okay, next please. So these are some of the strategies that have been identified under each of these major strategies by the operations branch, in consultation with the regions, of course. Improve, expand, modernize facilities. So the key is to contribute to achieving our target of, in the cocoa film, we targeted like 30 billion nuts in by 2040, 25 billion in 2023. So the next please. So in the short term, we need to increase, of course, our number of, this is a work in progress, like I said, and this is continually being looked at by our breeders and our agronomists and people on the ground. So 16 million, we hope to increase, by 2040, 277.8 million hybrid seed nuts produced. We maintain 900 hectares of established seed farms and 120 hectares to duplicate our coconut genetic resources and germplasm, and the contribution of this to increasing and revitalizing the productivity of our coconut areas, and strategic planting and replanting with, of course, all the support so that we could achieve the as high potential yield as we can from these hybrids and outstanding tops and OPVs. Okay, next please. So in support of the coconut hybridization program is the 5% support to Picard DOST. So there will be research and development to support the production, the strategies of PCA on production of hybrid planting materials, achieving expected high yield to be planted, and increasing the productivity of hybrids. The technology transfer and technology promotion would be part and parcel of the roadmap, R&D roadmap, social and economic and policy research, capacity building. We say both of the, particularly of the upcoming researchers, the new breed of researchers for coconut, infrastructure development, upgrading and construction. And these are the key milestones that we have for the next year. So again, even in the hybridization, next please. Okay, even in the hybridization program, 15% of IPs and the 15% of Picard, we have the convergence of the different agencies involved, particularly here for the capacity building, which is important so that we can achieve the performance of the seed farms, the hybridization farms, the nurseries, as well as the pollen facilities that we will be developing and modernizing. So, okay, next please. Under the program 7, community-based farm enterprise development, farm rehabilitation and improvement. Farmers cannot depend on coconut alone for decent living, especially with the prevalent 2 hectares or below landholding. But there is huge potential to increase the productivity by integration with other enterprises, intercropping, livestock production, coconut processing, and value adding. The use of available spaces under coconut with 3.65 million and only 20% intercropping at present, we could increase significantly our agricultural production without opening up new lands. So with these interventions, improving the skills and professionalizing the farmers, particularly the farm workers and members of farm service crew is important. Okay, for both intercropping, again, we aim for clustering, standard management, standard processing, and standardized bean quality. Okay, improvement of existing plantations, so expansion and clustering, so that we get that commercial product. The same with livestock, patterned after the already existing business models of consolidation, but specialized, no, and cooperative marketing. There can be value adding, and of course, since they already have the substrate, organic fertilizer production could go hand in hand with the livestock integration component. And again, the interface with the different providers, including for the marketing, from production to marketing, the technical support, and the skills development of the workers under this. Next, please. So it's the same for the dairy under the NDA. Existing projects will be expanded. New projects. Of course, the guidance here is that for the farm improvements, HBCDP, NDA, and BAI, we will follow the roadmap that they have for their particular commodities. Okay. So again, the interface of the different agencies are shown here, no, including the research facilities. Okay, next, please. So the criteria has been set. Of course, the maturity of the CFOs to be determined by NDA for technical skills and management, for the ability to undertake agribusiness, clustering of farmers. We aim for 100 hectares for the coffee and cacao, available and reliable market, and the value chain approach to develop agribusiness. So particularly for livestock and poultry and dairy, site suitability is key criterion. Priority areas of NDA for dairy and BAI for livestock and poultry will be followed. Improvement, expansion of existing projects is a priority, but opening up, this will go hand in hand. Okay, and then specialized production systems. For intercrops, it will be site suitability again and priority areas of DA. DA roadmaps for the commodities, regional and provincial development funds as well should prioritize this, should have these crops in their priority areas. And priority will be on improvement of already existing projects and expansion, but they have to be intercropped under coconuts. Okay, next. The key strategies for farm improvement will be rejuvenation, rehabilitation of existing production areas to reduce yield gaps, expansion of production areas in existing and new areas that are under coconuts, and consolidation and improvement to attain that agribusiness corridor area volume of production, but of course without compromising the quality that the market is demanding. Consolidation and improvement. Okay, next, please. So integrated coconut processing and downstream processing products. Okay, next, please. So building, processing, and equipment facilities, the shared facilities is covered by FILMEC. This would include hauling and transport, coconut harvesting, basic testing instruments, other ancillary, but not limited to this. So integrated VCO processing and the proof of concept for white copra processing unit, which is one of the major interventions that we have seen to really transform the coconut industry, is to transform the traditional copra processing to a white copra processing, and that will benefit the coconut farmers and the whole coconut oil, oleochemicals value chain. So this again is the convergence of support in the shared facilities from among the other implementing agencies of CFIDP. Okay, under credit. Yes. Okay, under credit component, DBP and Land Bank of the Philippines would be handling this. The target beneficiaries are individual farmers, registered and SEC registered coconut farmers organizations who are beneficiaries of the shared facilities farm improvement programs, as well as those cooperatives that will engage in micro lending. to their individual farmer members. Now, the interest rate is 2% per annum for direct lending, 0 for on lending, effective, not exceeding 6%. Okay, so on marketing, among the many already activities of DTI that they are providing the farmers, they will focus on creating awareness and creating market, focusing on the nutraceutical health benefits from coconut. The trust fund will help farmer organizations, cooperatives, beneficiaries of shared facilities for farm improvements, micro, small, medium industries, and individual NCFRS registered coconut farmers. So listed are some of their activities that the strategies that will be implemented. Okay, next please. Okay, these are some of the marketing assistance that the CFIDP recipients, beneficiaries will receive. Okay, next. Under the program component infrastructure, this is handled by DPWH to be implemented. This is in support of the hybridization, farm improvement, and shared facilities to be identified by the particular projects. And but in the consultations, the most demanded infrastructure is in the rural areas is farm roads, rural roads. So this will be discussed by DPWH with probably LGUs. Next. So on monitoring and evaluation is very important component of CFIDP. It incorporates evaluation of achievements and the program, mid-program evaluation on the impact level objectives, social, economic benefits to coconut farmers, and modernizing the coconut industry. There is a drafted program logical framework that covers the different inputs, activities to be implemented by PCA and partner agencies. And this will be the basis for evaluating the performance of CFIDP projects on efficiency, effectiveness, impact, and sustainability. Next, please. So to handle the MNE office of CFIDP, PCA will create a program management office, and partner agencies will be active participants. And of course, there will always be independent evaluations to be conducted at midterm and end of program. Next, please. So this is the proposed CFIDP program management, coordination, marketing, monitoring, and evaluation system. Okay, next please. So this is the logical framework. On the impact level, we will look at more equitable access and distribution of social services, sustainable increase in farmers' income, global competitiveness. Of course, we anchor this on the Philippines 2040, matatag, maginhawa, at panatag na buhay. On the outcome level and the project, access of farmers to credit, crop insurance, different interventions, crop coconut productivity, support to processing, rehabilitation and modernization, and market access. So there you go. So at the end, the last slide shows why we need to support the transformation of the various nodes of the coconut value chains to accomplish two interconnected challenges: how to narrow down the supply and demand gap, and how to bridge the historical disconnect between the farmers and processors and market. The approval of the Coconut Farmers and Industry Trust Fund will jumpstart this transformation, particularly of the production sector, with the direct benefits and direct interventions towards social protection and increased income of the coconut farmers. So farmers' participation, we know, is key to achieving these market demands, and the interventions of the of the CFIDP from the production to the marketing, processing, through the support services will help the farmers to be incentivized to take better care of their coconut, continue the planting and replanting. And on the other side, I think with the Coco Kwentuhan today, the shift from transactional to a more engaged CSR with the farmers will address these changes and will mutually benefit both the farmers and the private sector. So with that, I think this is the last slide. Okay, again, thank you to Mr. Lau. I really like that the key is partnership, convergence, coconut farmers, government, private sector working together. So thank you very much.
Maraming salamat po, Dr. Edna Aguilar and Mr. Alan Cajes for presenting about the CFIDP. And now, friends, to give a message and introduce our guest of honor and speaker, please welcome the PCA Administrator, Mr. Benjamin R. Madrigal Jr.
Thank you, Jules. To our guest of honor, whom I will have the honor of introducing later, Deputy Administrator for Administrative and Finance Services, and the Chairman of this year's Coconut Week Planning Committee, DA Walter Partosa. Congratulations. Deputy Administrator for Operations, DA Ruel Rosales, DA Erlene Manohar of Research and Development, my hardworking colleagues from the Department of Agriculture and the Philippine Coconut Authority, coconut industry stakeholders, especially our coconut farmers, our netizens from Facebook and YouTube Live. Ladies and gentlemen, isang mapagpalang hapon po sa ating lahat. In the past, annually, every last week of August, we'd bring members of coconut farmers organizations, cooperatives, and various coconut-based products from different provinces to the most crowded malls and event places of Metro Manila. But with our intent to create greater awareness about the significant economic contributions and benefits of patronizing our coconut industry, despite the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, since last year, we have celebrated the Coconut Week during the whole month of August and lined up various activities nationwide. As we have maximized the use of the digital platform, we have also brought the Philippine coconut industry to the world through the various virtual events that we have lined up for all our stakeholders. As you have watched from the audiovisual presentation played earlier, we have organized a month-long virtual trade fair, which was viewed and visited by more than 8,400 patrons from 40 countries, with United States, Ireland, Sweden, and China as the top countries, with most online visitors. People from all over the world, regardless of geographical limitations and time zones, were able to interact, conduct business, and purchase coconut products from the virtual merchant booths of participating coconut-based enterprises, right from the comfort of their homes. Virtual networking and collaboration also became commonplace for entrepreneurs and investors. During the two-day online investment forum, we garnered a total of initial amount of 4.3 million pesos as partnership commitment for the 7 technologies presented. In the coming days, we will meet again with some partners like the United States or USAID, DA Public-Private Partnership Office, and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce for follow-up activities regarding further possible investments. We also link our local suppliers to domestic and international buyers through the business-to-business matching sessions conducted last August 9 to 11. We'd like to thank the very valuable support that was provided to us by the Department of Trade and Industry in this event. The event concluded with successful 108 business matches. Even virtually, we have opened new market destinations for our coconut products. For instance, for the first time, we will be exporting coconut oil to Lithuania. And we also have strengthened the marketing of selected emerging products like coconut chips, skimmed coconut milk, organic coconut oil, and dried coconut chunks. With this experience, and with the clamor for more business-to-business matching meetings, we intend to undertake this activity regularly and continuously assist coconut enterprises in becoming competitive here and abroad. Our respective regional and provincial offices conducted their respective activities for the Coconut Week celebration, most significant of which is the conduct of stakeholders fora, where healthy interaction and collaboration of local stakeholders are harnessed. Hybrid events were also undertaken to provide option for those who want to attend physically or virtually. We capped this year's month-long celebration with the 5-day coconut webinar series dubbed as Coco Kwentuhan sa Negosyo, which finished this morning with the theme, sa Coco Kwentuhan, Negosyo ang pag-uusapan, suporta ng industriya at gobyerno sa Magniniyog ay maaasahan. We dissected and showcased the success stories in every stage of the coconut supply chain, from the cooperatives to the local government units, the private sector partners, to government partners. The Coco Kwentuhan unmasked the importance of working together, of having common vision, perseverance, commitment, and mutual trust and support to really develop the coconut sector. The first episode of Coco Kwentuhan showed the importance of clustering and empowering farmers into organizations and eventually strengthening them to become cooperatives. With the coconut industry being composed of smallholder farmers, the only key to attaining economies of scale and scope is by clustering and building partnerships. During the discussions on LGU-led enterprises, highlighted was the importance of having local government leaders who are able to inspire and lead by the hand their farmer constituents out of poverty. The episode on private sector farmer partnership underscored the importance of going beyond transactional supplier-buyer relations. It also emphasized the need to go further with corporate social responsibility programs as they benefit both the farmers and the private companies, with the global market's focus on fair trade certification and traceability of good farm practices. Nowadays, capacitating and caring for the farmers means protecting the quality of the products, thereby sustaining the trust of its consumers. And finally, we also discussed the need to have continued science and technology support to ensure that we keep the lead and be abreast with the latest and the most efficient and innovative ways of doing things. The most captivating message that we got in this whole celebration is that one that was mentioned by Mayor Fernando Mesa of Alabat and his constituents when they said, may ginto sa dulo ng puno ng niyog. Continue to work together for us to soon see the light at the end of the tunnel, the gold that is in coconut. To pivot from physical to virtual events is very challenging technically, and as such, I would like to thank and congratulate our hardworking and committed personnel in Team PCA, led by the committee chairperson, D.A. Wally Partosa, and all the other event organizers, as well as our secretariat and IT support team for the great job. Thank you also for the active coconut stakeholders, our netizens in FB Live and YouTube, who have been with us since day one of our month-long celebration. Finally, today we also presented in broad terms the initial contents of the Coconut Farmers and Industry Development Plan, the key document that will lay down the specific strategies, targets, and investments, ensuring that the benefits of the trust fund will redound to the coconut farmers and ensure the holistic development of the industry. Of course, this will still have to go further fine-tuning as we continue to undertake review and consultation with our partner agencies and with our regional stakeholders. Nonetheless, masasabi ko po na ito ang magbibigay direksyon sa sama-sama nating pag-angat sa industriya ng niyog. At muli po, mabuhay ang mga negosyanteng magniniyog, ang ating kaagapay, tungo sa maunlad na ekonomiya. Maraming salamat po. And now for my more pleasurable task for this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce to you our servant leader who has led the only sector to achieve a positive growth of 1.2% during this time of pandemic, a visionary leader who has brought the department to greater heights with his new way of thinking in agriculture, an outstanding Filipino awardee of 2016, recipient of the 2020 Outstanding Alumnus Award from the UP Los Baños Alumni Association, recipient of 8 doctorate degrees honoris causa, and a 2-time Secretary of the Department of Agriculture. Let us all welcome Secretary William Manong Willie Doliente Dar.
Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Even emerging from one of the most dramatic years in recent global history and are being halfway into the current year, I dare say 2021 was meant to be one for the books. For one thing, we can look forward to the recovery of our country based on the lessons gleaned from the past year. They say the only way to go after hitting rock bottom is to go up. Looking at how the agriculture sector has continuously strived amidst the pandemic, the never-ending opportunities that have opened for the coconut sector remain to be one of the eloquent proofs that recovery is now at a shouting distance. As the celebration of the National Coconut Week comes to an end, let me reiterate the very purpose of this festivity, which is to bring the spotlight on the coconut farmers and their families and many other people responsible for cultivating, processing, developing, and maximizing the productivity of coconut for a wide array of products. The pool of coconut diversity and knowledge of coconut uses has once again affirmed the endless possibilities the coconut can bring not only to the agriculture sector, but also to the lives of the Filipino people. Allow me to commend the Philippine Coconut Authority for making this celebration eventful and fruitful for everyone. I believe that this event has served its purpose with platforms that made us realize the importance of convergence among government agencies and the private sector in the conduct of activities in addressing the concerns of the coconut industry and its stakeholders, especially coconut farmers. This event also highlighted the vital role of government agencies who help our coconut farmers to expand the market of their coconut products locally and globally, and help them realize the importance of coconut technology, which would help our coconut farmers in generating income opportunities. All of these would not have been possible without the ceaseless efforts and contribution of our coconut industry stakeholders, from coconut farmers to exporters. I'm confident that your devoted and determined efforts will, in this decade, firmly restore us to a position of global leadership, and I give my full support to the coconut sector, especially to the coconut farmers. Mabuhay ang mga Magniniyog. Thank you very much. God bless everyone, and let us all keep safe.
Maraming salamat po, Secretary William D. Dar of the Department of Agriculture. And of course, thank you as well to our PCA Administrator, Mr. Benjamin Madrigal Jr. Thank you, sir. And by the way, in case you missed any of the activities of the 35th National Coconut Week, you may visit www.nationalcoconutweek.com to view all the presentations. We are about to end, but before that, let me congratulate all the organizers of this 35th National Coconut Week. Despite the lockdown and difficulties because of this pandemic, you all deserve a virtual warm round of applause. Palakpakan po natin sila. Congratulations to all of you. It is an honor to be your host for the opening and this closing ceremony. Maraming salamat po para sa opportunity na ito. Muli ako po si Jules Giang, and we are now closing the 35th National Coconut Week. Maraming salamat po at mag-ingat po tayong lahat.
Sali ka na, nasa paligid lamang ang iyong hinahanap. Huwag mag-alinlangan, huwag nang mangamba. Ang puno ng buhay ay pag-asa.
Recording.
Magtanim ka lang ito, tiyak ikaw ang siyang panalo. Walang matatalo, ito ang sigurado. Ang puno ng buhay ang ating pag-asa. Halika na, magtanim, magsimula. Saan ka man ay mayroon yan. Ang buko iyog ang siyang pinagkukunan ng sambayanan ng pangangailangan. Niyog-niyogan tayo para sa kinabukasan. Buko ang buhay ko, tungo sa kaginhawaan. Pilipino masipag ka, masinog ka, simpleng bagay pagyamanin, palaguin at ibigin. Huwag matakot, mangamba, siguradong panalo ka. Masaganang niyugan patungo sa kaginhawaan.